I've never seen anything like him. Maybe a Prime Roy.
Yeah.
You know, maybe.
But Roy was different too. Because
Roy was technically awful. He just had such reflexes.
Yeah.
When they went, that's when he got melted.
Yeah.
Because he never.
He didn't jab.
No, he didn't do anything right,
Threw a
bro.
left hook, a lead left hook.
A lead left hook, rights from weird angles.
Yeah.
And it worked because his reflexes were superhuman.
Yeah.
He was Superman. And then as soon as they deteriorated a little bit, and in fighting, you can deteriorate a little bit in baseball. You can deteriorate.
Well, I think what really got Roy, in my opinion, I'm a giant Roy Jones Jr. fan. He's maybe one of my all-time favorite fighters. What really got Roy is when we went up to fight John Ruiz.
Yeah.
And then he went back down to fight Tarver.
Yeah.
He was depleted. And I think when he went up to fight Ruiz, he might have had some Mexican supplements in his system.
Yeah.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, he was like 200 and plus pounds.
Like 208 or something.
Jacked, looked good.
I think he should have retired after that win.
Well, he definitely should have consulted with an endocrinologist and tried to figure out how his system was. And then the weight cut down to 175 must have been brutal because he was smooth. He looked like shit. He lost all his muscle tone.
Yeah.
He just didn't. He looked like a guy.
And he was shredded in the 90s.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He looked like a guy whose system had been shut down. Well, the thing that these guys don't recognize if they take some shit or if they, even if you just cut too much weight, your body stops producing hormones.
Sure.
Your body's all fucked up. Like, you're on your way to dying.
Your body's telling you what the fuck are you doing to me. Yeah.
So if he was 200 plus pounds when he fought Ruiz, then he has to cut down to 175.
Yeah, almost. 30.
Yeah, and who knows how sophisticated his methods were. I mean, some fighters today are amazing at doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, they know how to do it correctly. They know how to rehydrate correctly.
Yeah.
And boxing at least has the benefit of not having USADA in place like the UFC does. The UFC has a real problem with a lack of IVs, and these guys can't rehydrate correctly or the way that they want to.
It's dangerous.
It is dangerous, but in their defense, it's also a way that they can detect whether or not someone's cheating.
Okay.
Because when they're using IVs, you can mask a lot of shit.
Right. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, that's why they do it.
Okay.
Yeah, they just won't let you do it. So I don't know what happened with Roy when he did it, but then can't take anything away from Tarver either, because Tarver almost beat Roy the first time they fought.
Yeah.
But then fucked him up the second
he
fight.
fucking flew his head.
Yeah.
And the famous words, any excuses tonight, Roy?
Right before they fight.
I never saw anything like that.
He was so confident.
Yeah.
I don't think he gets his due either.
No, he doesn't. He had some great wins.
Yeah.
He had some great wins.
He's still at it too, right?
Yeah,
Isn't he like
at heavyweight.
45 or something like
46, 47.
And he's
but
still
he got
at
popped.
It. For steroids.
Yeah. So
duh. Yeah. If you're 45 and you're still looking good, there's something going on.
The only person I truly believe, and I realize you'll think I'm biased because of where I'm from, but I don't think Bernard ever did anything.
I don't think he did anything either.
Bernard just lives clean.
Yeah.
I've seen him order grilled chicken and get chicken that was fried by accident and peel the fry off of it rather than just go, just this once I'll do it.
Right.
Watched him take it off.
Yeah.
To just, you know what I mean? To not eat. It's just insane dietary in the gym,
I agree. But the Joe Smith fight was sad to watch.
Of course.
That was
the Kovalev fight was sad to watch.
I
was there, man. I was ringside, and I love Kovalev.
Yeah.
But it's, a Philly legend. Like, man, this is rough.
Well, it's crazy to see how deep into his career he was still successful. Like, I wrote a blog article about the Kelly Pavlik fight because I'm like, I don't remember how old he was at the time, but everybody had already written him off.
And my brother and I were there. Like, Pavlik's gonna beat the dog shit out of Bernard, and he gave him a fucking
boxing lesson.
He put on a clinic.
Well, people have to realize he was technically past his prime when he fucked up Tito Trinidad.
He was 36.
Yes.
He was 36 in 2001.
Yes.
That was 2 weeks after 9/11, that fight, and he was 36 then.
How crazy is that?
Yeah.
How old was he when he fought Joe Smith? 50?
50. Maybe 51. Definitely 50.
Crazy.
So I'd say he lasted 15 years longer than the average guy.
Yeah. Well, how about when he came back and boxed Roy Jr.?
Yeah.
Well, when Roy beat him the first time, was beating him with all those reflexes.
Yes.
And then when the reflexes slid off, he clearly outboxed Roy in the second fight with just fundamentals.
Yes.
Perfect mechanics.
Because Roy didn't have them.
He didn't have them.
Yeah, he was just relying on what was once there.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. He was a shell of his former self.
Well, it was also the Glenn Johnson fight. It was a scary knockout.
Yeah, he was on Queer Street.
Yeah, well, he was just flatlined and astral traveling. After he got knocked out by Tarver, then there was not that much time in between those two fights.
No. It was the next fight.
Yeah.
And those knockouts where you're out on your feet before you hit the ground, then your head hits the canvas, which is 2 shots, man.
And he was stiffened up. It was sad to watch.
It was.
I thought that was going to be the end.
Me too. And then he started fighting like in Russia, getting sanctioned over there.
He's a Russian citizen.
Yes, man. It's bizarro world.
Russian pussy involved.
It has to be. He's got to have some Toto over there, man, to do that.
When you're talking about Larry Holmes, I looked up his Wikipedia. His last fight was in 2002 against Butterbean.
Yeah.
He was 51 or so. 52.
Yeah, and he put it on Butterbean.
10-round fight.
That's crazy. And Butterbean can crack. That big motherfucker hit
Hard.
But Larry that snake
You're
of a
not
jab.
getting through that.
Yeah, pop.
Every time he tries to come in, bang, bang.
Remember that when dudes would wear those golden palace.com
Yes,
things
Bernard
on
was the
their
first
back?
person. He did it in the Tito fight, remember?
Was that the first?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so weird. Someone did it in the UFC too. They wore that shit on their back.
It's odd.
Yeah.
Just put it on your trunks if you're going to do it, I guess.
Well, you don't get as much money. But it is.
I know Bernard got $50K to put on his back, and he bet it on himself against Tito.
Really?
Yeah. And he was a huge underdog. Everyone thought Tito was going to whoop his ass.
Yeah.
Everyone. There was, I was jumping off my brother's couch when that happened.
Yeah, he fucked him up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Bernard was a special athlete. He really was.
Absolutely. Special fight. All-time great.
For sure.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. And it was interesting because I used to watch him when he was in his 30s and he would complain about crooked promoters and all these things.
Yeah.
And my thought was, man, it's too bad this guy missed his prime.
Right. And then he did what he did.
And then he did what he did after that.
Yeah. Because he was in jail for like strong arm robbery and got out and kind of like wallowed in obscurity. And then his shot was that Roy fight.
Yeah.
And so we were like, you got your shot. I guess that's it.
Yeah.
And he just got better. Yeah. Better with age. Just sure, man. It's like the rarest thing in anything.